Hello, this is Watch All About with another watch review, and in this review we are looking at the Zeitgeist by Lilienthal Berlin, who are obviously a brand coming out of Berlin, Germany. So it is a German-made watch, and without further ado, let's check it out. So everything is very well and nicely designed, and everything is in quite a Bauhaus style. So we have this interesting little thank you note, which is quite nice, and we also have this selection of postcards in case you want to send someone a postcard that you've been buying a Lilienthal Berlin watch. Obviously we have the watch in question, but additionally below that we have a little certificate with the number on it. €10 voucher for your next strap. That's pretty cool. There you go. Use 10 strap for you guys. And some more instructions there as well. Oh, what else have we got under here? Oh, it keeps on going. What else have we got in here? A little instruction manual as well, which is all nicely designed, as you can see. A couple of stickers if you want to stick that around, and that goes into its own little folder. All right, so let's shovel that out the way, and let's have a think about the watch itself. So, as you can see, very much Bauhaus inspired, which obviously originates in Germany. So let's think about the Lilienthal Berlin Zeitgeist. So first of all, a couple of things to keep in mind. So the straps and the dials are all made in factories in South Germany, and it is completely assembled, and the quality control is done in Germany as well. So they do have at the bottom of the dial the little made in Germany tag. It doesn't mean the same as Swiss made. So the case, for instance, is most likely manufactured in China. However, because it's all assembled in Germany, they're allowed to use the made in Germany tag. Another cool couple of things to bear in mind is that this has actually won quite a few awards. So one of the most notable awards is a Red Dot Award 2019. So obviously many designers have appreciated the design of this watch. So it has a big fat tick from quite a few cool dudes out there with fancy mustaches and berets. So that's pretty cool. What's the price then? £429 or €499. So let's have consider that it does have a lot of German construction in it. It's got a Sleater SW200-2 movement as well with a customized rotor. So it is pretty good specs. It is high quality construction as well. So without further ado, let's talk about the specs first and foremost. Let me just pop it on. So I have a approximately 7-inch wrist for point of reference, diameter 42.5mm, a height of 10mm, and a lug-to-lug length of 49mm. Now, those specs at a glance might actually seem rather large, but in actual fact, 42.5mm, it doesn't wear quite that large, mainly because, first of all, the lugs are very slender and thin, as you can see. They've got a pretty aggressive downturn as well, but also, can you see the crown? Well, not really, because that is very much hidden, and you can see it there if I show you the end. So the fact that there's no crown guards, that aids it wearing smaller than the 42.5mm diameter suggests. It's actually really comfortable on. Weight is 82 grams, so as well as that crown being hidden, the weight is fairly comfortable as well, and the quality and softness of the strap also helps with how comfortable this watch is to wear. It's the kind of watch that you really could easily wear all day long and not be bothered at all, which is good. 5 atmospheres or 50-meter water resistance. Not outstanding. Don't go swimming with it. That's basically the gist of it. 22mm lug width. 20mm, should I say. 20mm lug width. So pretty reasonable size, which works well with the size of the case. And I previously mentioned the Sleater SW200 movement, which is basically just a direct clone of the ETA 2824-2. So it has a high beat, 28.8 thousand beats per hour, so it runs at 8 ticks a second, approximately 40 hours power reserve, tacking seconds hand wind, and automatic winding capabilities as well. And have a look at the lovely case back. You can see our very pleasant customized rotor there. We have the Lilienthal Berlin logo engraved on it, and it's blacked out as well, which looks pretty cool. Very nicely designed. So that's the movement. Very solid and dependable movement. No complaints with that at all. I did put it on my Lepsy watch scope. This one in particular is a little bit fast. It's coming in at 11 seconds a day out actually, which is a little bit of a surprise, which is a shame. However, you know, they are very easy to modify and to tweak. A couple of other funky things to keep in mind, you know, design-wise. Obviously, they have put a hell of a lot of thought into the design. So as we move into the dial, a couple of cool things to keep in mind is the fonts used on these numerals. They're actually the same font as used in the road signs in Berlin. This blue is known as Serenity Blue, which I honestly had no idea about, but that is actually used across quite a lot of the branding and packaging as well. So if I just show you this sort of like inside section of the case, that is the same as the blue on the second hand, but it provides a really nice splash of colour as well. And finally, the crown. Another cool thing is that is actually a imitation of the world clock in Berlin, also known as the Weltzeituhr. So that's another little design tweak that you may not necessarily notice, but they've obviously put forth the effort and put it in there, which is nice. Let's start off with discussing the dial then. So the dial in itself, very, very simple, obviously minimal, very Bauhaus as well, thanks to the font. Nothing supplied, so it's very flat. Really, the only bit of detailing really is the date wheel cut out at 6, and then this sort of channel, this round channel split into four corners as well. So very, very straightforward. Easy to read as well. If I show you the loom, I mean the loom isn't outrageously amazing, so I've just given that a quick charge. It's a blue loom, so it does match nicely with the blue second hand. So you know, it's average, nothing crazy though, but it's still, because of how stark and minimal the rest of the dial is, very easy to read. The date wheel, you know, it's a shame that it's white and it's not the same kind of grey as the rest of the dial. However, you know, we see this quite a lot, so I'm not too fussed about that. Apart from that, you know, very, very simple, very nice, nicely executed design as well. You know, even under the macro lens, everything's very fine and very, very pleasantly executed. Moving on to the case, so I really, really like this sort of bead blasted kind of finish. We've obviously got a lot of grey going on here, very concrete, quite industrial, very reminiscent, you know, of like a Germanic kind of design, industrial design. So I really, really dig the finish to it, and the general construction is excellent. If we have a look at it on cross section as well, you'll see that we have equal angles for the bezel and also the case back as well, and obviously our hidden crown. So if we have a look at our crown, from the underside you have a little tab there where you can get your finger in to pull it out. It is a little bit difficult to pull out. Sometimes I have to use my thumb. But once you pull it out there, you can use it. If you do like hand winding, then this is probably not the watch for you, because it's very difficult to use. That's fully pulled out, and as you can see, you don't have a whole lot going for you. You've got obviously the underside, but because of the design, it's quite slippy. However, you know, you shouldn't have to change it too much. Let me just get this. You can see there we've got a very nice little rubber central kind of ring around the center of the crown as well, which is a nice little touch there. So nice little design cues. Moving on to the case back. Again, simple minimalist design, various specifics engraved around the outside of this exhibition window, showcasing the Silita movement very nicely. And obviously there we have our Lilienthal Berlin logo engraved on our rotor, which is great, really, really cool, simple but effective design. The strap, lovely, lovely strap. You know, this is actually one of the nicest straps that I've been able to handle recently. So gorgeously soft. We have little Serenity Blue stitching there at the top, which matches the second hand nicely, and then just a regular grey stitching down. Lilienthal Berlin logo embossed on the end there. But as you can see, just the grain is beautiful. It's super duper supple as well. So comfortable and soft on. If I just show you the underside, handcrafted in Germany, genuine leather. Then on the other side we have Lilienthal Berlin as well. Quick release straps, quick release pins as well, which is a good plus. And then finally, if we have a look at the buckle, Unfortunately, no markings on the buckle, which I was quite surprised by. I was expecting sort of like a logo engraved on it, but it's the same finish as the case. Nicely designed as well. You know, this nice sweep is different to a standard Tang buckle. So that's a nice little bit of a design feature as well. Right, let's check it out in closer detail with the macro lens. Starting off with the dial, then you can see here our nice simple but crisp print work. We see our little channel around the outside as well, and then our date window down here. Furthermore, you know, even more print work, all using the same font, very nice and Bauhaus style. Our hands are pretty simple stick hands filled with loom, but I really like the finishing to them. You can see they're sort of like a blasted finish similar to the case. So nice close attention to detail on the hands there. Obviously our beautiful blue seconds hand as well, ticking away nice and long, very elegant as well. So yeah, very, very good finishing and good quality on the dial. Moving on to the case then, so we can see here our blasted finish to the case, nice slender lugs, and our finishing, you know, is just great from top to bottom. Moving it over here, we have our crown as well. You can see how concealed it is usually, and then if I show you the underside, you'll see our little tab and also a little bit of detailing to it as well. So the way that it imitates the Berlin world clock is the fact that it's very, very angular, and we can see there that little rubber central sort of like rubberized elastic band around it as well, which is nice. Moving on to the case back, so we have our details around the outside, secured in by 4 screws, our window in the center, just give that a quick wipe, and then our movement. So this Solita movement, very reliable, very sturdy, ticking away nicely as you can see there, looks nice and clean. Have our customized rotor with the Berlin logo engraved really nicely, and the black looks awesome. It looks really, really great as you can see there. So good quality from top to bottom. Moving on to the strap, so here we have our print, our top grain, a little blue stitching as well, you can see there. Lovely, lovely soft grain. It is such a delightful strap, I absolutely love it. There's our Lilienthal Berlin logo embossed on the end there. And on the underside, again, so soft, it's incredible. And you can see there, it is just great quality leather. Smells great as well. And here's our buckle. Same finish as the case as well, with our sort of blasted finish. All right. So, do I like the Lilienthal Berlin Zeitgeist? Well, I certainly do. Obviously, this style, the Bauhaus style, is, you know, it's going to call out to certain people, potentially those who are quite into their design. However, for those ones, you know, it certainly is a great watch. Build quality, no question about it. Excellent build quality. It's great that it has sections made in Germany as well, because I do find that some German brands actually have the made in Germany label, and in actual fact, they aren't. So it's obvious that label, it doesn't come under any laws as the Swiss made label does. But it's good that Lilienthal Berlin actually do make some of the watch in Germany, namely the straps and the dials, and then it is actually assembled and quality tested in Germany as well. So when you consider that, you know, £429, $499, it is very, very good for what you are getting. It's cheaper than other German brands who probably are doing the same kind of things. For instance, I don't know, Stoa. Or at least on a similar vein. So price-wise, I think they've got it on point. Very good build construction as well. The strap is just absolutely gorgeous. Sapphire crystal as well. Great movement. Lovely design as well. You know, it's simple, but simple design is often the hardest. Minimalist design also very, very difficult to do effectively. And they've done it really well. You know, it's almost effortless what they've done here. Very clinical, very crisp, very clean. But it still has that minimal Bauhaus, you know, Germanic vein flowing through it. So they've done a great job with the design, and I personally really like it, but mainly because I have a history in design. So for some people, they probably won't be necessarily that bothered about it maybe. However, for those who are interested in design, I think this is a very, very good option for you. Okay, so that was the Lilienthal Berlin Zeitgeist. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment on the video. And I hope to see you next time. Cheers, bye-bye.